welcome to a special episode of Sketch Today. I'm so excited I can't even contain myself. I look really tired because I am tired, and I had to record this tonight because today I was lucky enough to get one of these, and if you don't know what it is, I'm sorry, but this is the Jesus pencil. It is the Apple Pencil, and it is fantastic. But as far as I'm concerned right now, this is kind of ahead of the pack. It's light, it's got a nice big screen that you can draw on, and coupled with the Apple Pencil, you can really do some amazing stuff. On the overhead here, I've got a couple apps to look at. Of course, there's Sketchbook. So I have here a sketch of a BMW that I did before. Here's Sketchbook Pro and a sketch of a BMW, and you can see that here on the overhead, for example, with light pressure, this is barely on the page, I can get some lighter lines, or I can go with heavier pressure and get thicker lines. Now, some of the apps on the iPad Pro do this really cool thing right now where we can take a tool like this pencil, tip it on the side. So if I show you the screen here, I can actually take the tip of the pencil, see if you can see this, and kind of lay the pencil flat on the screen and use that to shade. Specifically, Procreate's really good at that, but for you industrial design or concept sketchers out there, you know, it's pretty responsive and pretty fluid and just natural to sketch with. So for apps like Sketchbook Pro, or in the case of this next app I'm going to show you, it's unreal. So let's take a simple example looking at this app. It's called Procreate, and here's a couple things that I have done earlier. A little monster guy here, and you can really see with some of these brushes that I'm able to get just some really nice kind of texture in here, right? This is the pencil brush. But specifically in Procreate, there's this thing that you can do, which is, like I said, tipping the pencil on the side. So here's the drawing with just light pressure. Okay, and I'll undo that so you can see. Here it is with heavier pressure, and I can vary that to light and go heavy again. So really, there's just a lot of expression in these tools, and frankly, it just feels really natural. I can tip the pencil on the side, and this is where I'm in love. You can tip the pencil on the side and just get, like you would with a regular pencil, as you would on paper, get some nice shading in there. And it even captures texture, okay? And simulates the texture of shading as it would appear on pencil or paper rather, with a regular pencil. So if we just make a new canvas here, for example, and let me undo that actually caught my finger. I know some of you probably have questions about palm rejection. It does palm rejection very well. So if I just have a little circle like this, I can actually take the pencil, right, just like I would a real pencil, and like literally shade this in. It is unreal. It's so cool what Apple's been able to do here. I don't know what kind of voodoo magic this is or what they've done with partners to allow them to be able to do this, but it is pretty fantastic. I'm blown away. I've been using digital tools for some time now, primarily Wacom products, and you know, if you're thinking about getting something like this, you've got to decide what the real value proposition here is. For me, it's about having something that's super easy to use, super light, and super convenient. And this, to me, is in serious contention. It's a serious contender rather to replace my sketchbook. Okay, so for you industrial design sketchers out there, things like this, where I can shade in quickly on a cylinder. I mean, that is pretty great, you know. I can't say I've found any other tool that feels this natural, especially on something like the iPad that doesn't get hot, that has extremely good battery life. You can even see here stylus responsiveness, right? I'm just going crazy on the screen, and it is keeping up. So again, whether it's the app specifically or the hardware, I'm not sure, but it is pretty great. There's other cool apps you can check out and I suggest. So you've got Adobe Sketch, Photoshop Sketch, which is pretty cool. It has these really cool watercolor brushes that I was playing with a little bit earlier. There's also, let's see, Adobe Draw that I've been playing with as well. And this is more vector based in terms of drawing. Let's see here. Okay, I can't figure this out. So there's Adobe Draw, Adobe Sketch, Procreate, and we also have Concepts, which I really like as well, and I'd like to spend some more time getting into it. But in particular, they have this really cool marker brush. Okay, and by marker brush, I mean, check that out, guys. It's got texture, it's got the bleed, it's got the overlay. If I create strokes here, there's that pretty signature overlap that you get when you use a marker. So I need to dive into this a little bit more eventually, but I've just been kind of sampling a few things here with the iPad Pro. So for artists, designers, illustrators, anyone who's creative and is looking for something that is portable, easy to set up and use, and something you just don't have to worry about, frankly, I don't see anything better than this right now if you consider all those factors. The pressure sensitivity admittedly isn't perfect, but man, it is really close to what Wacom, for example, has been able to accomplish over the years. And it's really impressive. The natural intuitive effect of being able to tilt your tool and get another level of expression is it's a game changer. It's amazing. So hopefully this has been a little bit helpful for you. If you have any specific questions that you'd like to see in my upcoming more in-depth review, be sure to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you and hear your thoughts about what you're curious about. Bottom line is, I am kind of in love, if you can't tell, and really excited to kind of live with this and see what else I can do with it. The pencil specifically, it just has a really good weight, really good heft to it, feels really good. The way you charge it is you pull this little cap off the bottom. I'm worried about losing this tip, especially because I have little kids. They're going to pull it off at some point, especially after they see me do it. And I'm worried about losing that. But other than that, it's pretty nice material here. The one thing I do wish is that when you flip the pencil over, if you'd be able to erase, that would have been a nice thing that Apple could have worked in. Hopefully with version 2, assuming it still works with my iPad Pro here, I'll be able to do just that. But for now, that is my quick take on the iPad Pro and how awesome it is. Hopefully you enjoyed what you're seeing, and if you do, be sure to subscribe or find me on Facebook and Instagram at Sketchaday or at sketchaday.com. Thanks guys, we'll see you next time right here on Sketchaday.